Assalamu alaikum kids. Inshallah, in this video we will talk about the difference between mass and weight. So the first difference we will talk about is the fact that the mass of an object remains the same irrespective of which moon, planet or star you're on. On the other hand, because weight is mass times gravitational field strength, the weight of an object changes. As can be seen on the screen, the acceleration due to gravity of Earth is 10 meters per second squared. Hence, an object of 80 kilograms will weigh 800 newtons. Now, Earth is more massive than the Moon. Hence, the Moon has a smaller gravitational field strength or acceleration due to gravity. And the same object of mass 80 kilograms will this time weigh 128 newtons. Jupiter, on the other hand, being comparatively more massive than the Earth, has a very high gravitational field strength. It's 2,636 meters per second squared. Hence, an object of mass 80 kilograms will weigh 210,880 newtons on Jupiter. So, if you're on Jupiter, good luck trying to even pick yourself up. Some more differences between mass and weight are: the mass of an object can never be zero, but the weight of an object in absence of gravity is 0 newtons. Mass is a scalar quantity, while weight is a vector quantity. Mass is measured in kilograms, while weight is measured in newtons. So now this point bears resemblance to the very first thing we discussed at the beginning of the video, which is the mass of an object never changes irrespective of its position, while the weight of an object can change in between different planetary bodies, or even if you're in space, your weight is essentially 0 newtons. On a larger, more massive planetary bodies, your gravitational force is higher, you experience a greater gravitational force, while on smaller planetary bodies, you will experience a much smaller gravitational force. Now, interestingly enough, the shape of the Earth is not exactly a sphere. It's an oblate spheroid, means that the Earth is slightly flat on the poles and it slightly bulges out at the equator. This means that if you have a person standing on the poles and the same person standing on the equator, the person standing on the equator and the pole will have the same mass, but the person standing on the poles will experience a slightly greater force of gravity compared to the person standing on the equator. The reason for that is that the person standing on the poles is slightly closer to the center of the Earth compared to the person standing on the equator, who is going to be that much slightly further away from the center of the Earth. To conclude the differences between mass and weight, we have this table in front of us. Mass is a property of matter. The mass of an object stays the same throughout the universe. Weight is the force of gravity. Larger planets or stars have stronger forces of gravity, hence the objects will weigh much more on their surface. A smaller planet or moon has a weaker force of gravity, hence objects will weigh less on their surface. Mass of an object can never be zero, while weight of an object can be zero in absence of gravity. That's what we experience in space, called weightlessness. Mass does not change with location, while weight can change on various locations on Earth. Mass is a scalar quantity, while weight is a vector quantity, which is always directed towards the center of the planet, the moon, or the star. Mass has units kilograms, while weight is measured in newtons. Alright kids, so this right here is all about the differences in mass and weight. That's it for this video. Inshallah, I'll see you in the next one. Bars out.